Morning, everyone. So this is our lesson 13.4, which was assigned for Monday, April 27th, 2020. This starts on page 539. It is right after the mid-chapter checkpoint for chapter 13 in Go Math. So our lesson starts with finding an unknown measure. So your central question here is how can you find an unknown measure of a rectangle given its area or perimeter? So this starts to become some word problems, which give people some problems. So here's the unlock the problem. And we have Tanisha is painting a mural that is in the shape of a rectangle. The mural covers an area of 54 square feet. The base of the mural measures 9 feet. What is its height? And then we have some questions here in the box. What do you need to find, and what information do you know? So these two boxes become very important. But before we even get to the purple box here, you need to draw a picture. Now they've nicely provided a picture down here, but honestly, I like to draw my own anyway. So I'm going to do a quick snip and sketch here. And expand. Oh, no, not expanding the screen like that. There we go. So I like to have my own figure just to the side so I can manipulate it. Although their example down here is just fine, I'm still going to put in my box that the area they've already given me is 54 ft squared. So it's like having the answer without having all of the questions. And they gave me a base of 9. So what becomes the problem here is that I need to find this missing side. So keep that in mind while we answer some of the other questions in this example problem. What do we need to find? Well, we need to find the height. Now, I'm not going to go through and make this a complete sentence for the math. If you wish to, I'm not going to check. Okay, so what we need to find is the height of this rectangle. And what information do we know? Well, we already know that the area is 54 square feet. And we know the base is 9 feet. So we have all of our information. And for those of you who are really fast with your multiplication problems, you're probably already seeing where this is headed. So let's go down into the actual example. It says in red here, find an unknown measure given the area. All right. So here's our model down here, and we know that the area right now is 54 feet squared, and we know that the base is 9. So actually it has a little space down here for you to actually put the 9. And now onto the record side, we have used the model to write an equation and solve. So first we're writing the formula for area. So area A equals base times height. It's captured today, doesn't matter. Write the model, use the model to write an equation in the second line here. So I know my A area from over here is 54. I know my base from over here is 9. And then all I need to do now is figure out what the height is. And you see in the next line here, they said 54 equals 9 times some unknown number. And they're calling the unknown value here n. I personally think h would be a better choice for height, but I don't write the book. So ask yourself, 9 times what is 54? Or you could go division and say 54 divided by 9 is what? And now if you're coming up with 6 here, then you're doing just the value of n is 6 because 9 times 6 is 54. Right? Not too hard, right? So it looks like this incredibly really difficult question where they give you the area, but they don't give you one of the other numbers you need, you just really got to think about, what do you have? I have this information about the area and I have space. I just need to find the height. So once you get it written down, get your own model. It is not nearly as difficult. Okay, the correct answer here is 56. Okay, moving on. I'm going to close my screen here and I'm going to scroll down. So then we have a few questions down here at the bottom. Question number 1, what if the mural were in the shape of a square with an area of 81 square feet? How would the height of the mural be? What would the height of the mural be? Explain. So like many times in math here, don't feel like your explanation needs to be lots of words. It really can be just your math to explain your problem. Okay, so again, question number 1, draw a picture. I know this is 81 feet square. I also know that all the sides on my square are the same. Now remember, for area, I only need a base and a height. So because area equals base times height. So to yourself, times what? Same number, 81. So we are pretty good with blank times blank equals 81 when we know that we have to have the same number on both sides. So if you're coming up with 9, well, congratulations, because we in fact know that 9 times 9 equals 81. So what would the height of the mural be? The h is equal to 9 feet. And in fact, all of the sides would be 9 feet. So you have 9 at the base, 9 at the height, 9 on the top, and 9 on the other side. Just how it goes for a square. It's kind of easier. If you wanted to explain here, I would say something like all sides of a square are equal. Justify my math. Okay, question number 2. Explain if you find an unknown side of any square will give us only the area of the square. So I feel like we just answered that because we know that a square has to have the same base and height because the square has all the same. So all squares are going to be 2 times 2, 3 times 3, 4 times 4, 5, 100 times 100. They always have to double. So if you're good with your square numbers, then finding the area of a square is pretty simple. So I want you to work on that one. And if you back them again, back up this video, and now you should be fine. Right, I'm going to close this up and turn the page. Let's take a look at what else we had yesterday. All right, example 2. Find an unknown measure given the perimeter. Okay, so we're going to switch it up from area to perimeter here. And we got this cute little dog here in an enclosed fenced area. Gary is building an arrow pen in the shape of a rectangle for his dog. He will use 24 meters of fence. The pen will be 3 meters. How long will the pen be? So use a formula for perimeter. And again, they give us a pretty nice model here. And I think I will use theirs currently. And it's been sketchy here. And yes, going on this problem. So our important information here is pretty much given. So we know that the pen will be 3 meters wide. And we know that its total I can bring that. Oh, I did it. So we know that the total here is, oh, I don't like that. I guess I can sketch it, stiff and sketch my picture. All right. Okay, my total perimeter is 24 meters. So our question here is, what is the length? So they bring you to the model on the record side. Perimeter is 2 times your length, which we don't know, and then 2 times width, which we do know. So I'm going to put 3 already. It's going to be multiplication, and it's going to be multiplication. So think 2n is an unknown added. Now, I always wonder, why do they use n here when we're already using? Talk about trying to confuse people here. It doesn't really matter what light is, but I think it's a better idea to use all we already use it. So you get too confused in this formula. The total fence area is only 24. I'm going to do a little math. Here's fine. I know this second part with the width is 6. Well, this is just a fraction. I had 24, and now I've used 6 meters to do the edges, which I'm going to change my color real quick and show you. So this portion was 3 on this side and 3 on this side. So when I go back to my math, I'm simply going to subtract this and get 18. So now I have 18 meters of fencing left. Well, what do I know about 18? Now here is the most common mistake I see. Length is 18. People go and they put the L18 and Camargo, I know. And I'm like, oh, you're so close. You're like 95% correct. And we were in the last couple steps. So 18 is the total of this side and this side combined. So the real question here is, what half of 18? So if we go to think about how I split 18 into 2, well, hopefully you think a little bit of division, or you're pretty good with halving your even numbers, and you already know that half of 18 is 9. So I'm going to, with that in mind, I'm going to fill in this black box here, and for it's going to equal 2 some missing or we don't know. I am going to continue to use L because I think using N in this point is confusing. So we'll have 2 times some number L equals 6. We'll see some of their thinking can use along what we're saying. The 24 equals some measuring number that equals plus 6. So then here we have 24 minus 6. And they give us the 18. I think the way they explain this is a little confusing. So that's why I went and did this. So now we're at the point. We know we have the 18, and I think the 9 is present here on expression. We know we have 8 meters of left, and we have to split evenly so that the top of our fence, in the little illustration here, so that the top is fair share and the bottom is equal fair share. Numbers have to be the same. So what I'm looking for here is this equation problem. 2 times the unknown number, 18. And now you're already thinking in mind, because I probably already said, then you're right. It isn't. 2 to 9 is 18. So the value of n, or what I'm going to change here to be L, so it's not as confusing, equals 9. L is the length. L, what are you thinking? So the bin will be 9 meters. I'm going to put 9 is long. And if you think about the top again, this is 9 and this is 9. So you're going to check your work. If 9 plus 9, 3 plus 3 equals 24, then you successfully consider this problem. And in fact, it is. We know 9 plus 9 is 9. We know we have 6 over here. So if I have 18 plus 6, perimeter gets a little tricky when you're really using the formula. On stuff like this, I tend back to just add the sides so that you're submitting a lot faster. It is up to you. You do become familiar with this formula, however, it will be cutting. All right, close the problem out. It says, error, check that you are using the correct formula. Are you given the area of the perimeter? Okay. The perimeter of a square is 4 feet from the side. Now here's the key. Perimeter. So if you are looking at the perimeter, you're going to have a problem. So the perimeter is 24 feet. Now this is important, and so many of you want to draw a model, Ms. Camargo. Super important. My useful information here, 24 feet. And I'm also think about how this works. That means all of my sides, and I'm going to use the letter S for side, all of my sides the same. So whatever number I find that when I do side plus side equals 24, right? So come over to where it starts with division. The perimeter equals 4 the length of a side. Well, I can fill in that. I know perimeter is 4, which then makes my problem more. 4 equals 4 times some string number. Now, you know when I tell you multiplication or multiplication learn easier to come because if you are already good at motion, you have, oh my god, I know this problem because is 4. Here becomes what I'm looking for. S side divided out is equal to 6 feet. Meaning every side is 6. That is not a good thing. 6 plus 6 24. 4 times 6 is 24. And that's how you have it. Right. I'm going to close this out. And I think that is for the home or the class you were supposed to do today. It's important. It's really important to do because at the lesson on Tuesday, which technically is today, the day late, would be out today. So you want to make sure you go and go to Things Central and do your homework, which is all waiting for you. All right. Have a great afternoon. I will be back later.